fancy you floating by. Venus Callida here, just enjoying the sparkle on the water from that beautiful sunshine. Loving this summer, and I hope you are too. Listen, you deserve a break. Let me talk your ear off. You know I'm good at it. Have a break. You deserve it. Yeah, I'll entertain you. So I've been doing some research on really weird, like random words and finding out where they came from. You might find it interesting. Yeah, float around, hang out with me. Why do we say that someone intoxicated is 3 sheets to the wind? We're getting a good breeze here. All right, sailing ships are controlled with an intricate system of ropes called halyards, lines, and sheets, whose function is to move or hold things in place. Sheets are the ropes that control the sails. If one of them gets loose, the sails will flap in the wind. 2 loose sheets will affect the ship's steadiness. 3 sheets to the wind, and the vessel will reel off course like a drunken sailor. Oh, geez. On a more serious note, I know that in the oldie days, sailors, pirates, and that, they could actually lose their fingers if they got caught in the ropes, especially in the winter time too, when it's cold. But that, okay, it shouldn't be funny, but it is kind of funny. If I see Jack Sparrow floating by and his boat is twirling or tipping over, no, he's 3 sheets to the wind. No one will question it. Alright, anyways, why is a pirate ship flag called a Jolly Roger? I like this because I've looked up real pirate ship things, as you guys know, as I'm trying to make another pirate door game. And I looked at a lot of flags. They were very interesting, the historical pirate flag. So why is it called the Jolly Roger? Okay, so the purpose of a pirate ship's flag was to signal a merchant vessel that if it didn't surrender, it would be boarded and plundered by force. Ooh, death is coming to you. Skull and bones, skull and bones. And even, you know, when I think about it, the skull with an eye patch, like how worse can it be? You're dead, your skull's out there, and you got an eye patch? So even in the afterlife, you're half blind. Oh my goodness, never mind. Pirates use a variety of flags. One was an hourglass that signaled time was running out. The skull and crossbones is, of course, the most famous flag, and it got its name Jolly Roger from the English pronunciation of Ali Rasha, which is Arabic for King of the Sea. Oh, I really like that. So the Jolly Roger, I'm the King of the Sea, crossbones and skull. Yeah, I like that actually, King of the Sea. Love it. Why are hot summer days called the dog days? We're having one right now. That's why I'm in the water with you. Alright, don't forget to hydrate, eh? Sirius, the dog star, is within the constellation Canis Majore and is the brightest in the heavens. The ancient Egyptians noted that the dog star's arrival in July coincided with the annual flooding of the Nile, which was important for a good harvest. The Romans believed that because of its brightness, the dog star Sirius added to the heart of the summer sun, and so they called July and August the dog days. Ooh, also named after Julius Caesar, not Caesar Augustus. They made those months. There used to not be this many months. Yeah. So all the days in the months named after Julius Caesar and Caesar Augustus are the dog days. Ooh. So Sirius black, the dog days are black, like hot black, super searing hot black. Was he hot? I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments. What do you think? Right, anyways. Random thoughts, random fun facts. I hope you're loving it. You deserve a good break today. Why is a misleading sales pitch called a song and dance? Oh, spare me the song and dance. Oh, you're doing a song and dance, are you? Let me do a song and dance. Okay. During the days of traveling vaudeville shows, there were featured stars and there were fillers. The fillers were the comics who were hired to keep the audience amused by telling jokes within a song and dance. This routine was done until the next headliner was ready to come on stage. So since then, any well-rehearsed routine that is intended to divert your attention from what you came to see has been called a song and dance. So stall tactics, song and dance. Love it. Yeah. There's some old movies about Ziegfeld's Follies that actually show those kind of routines. It's interesting. Dun, dun, dun. I think Julie Garland did them too in some of her movie roles. Oh, all right. Why do we say that a bad deal will only rob Peter to pay Paul? Peter and Paul, the two apostles? Oh, from one pocket to the other? Let's find out. All right. In the mid 1700s, the ancient London Cathedral of St. Paul's was falling apart, and the strain on the treasury was so great that it was decided that it would merge with the diocese of the newer St. Peter's Cathedral in order to absorb and use their funds to repair the crumbling St. Paul's. The parishioners of St. Peter's resented this and came up with the rallying cry, "They're robbing Peter to pay Paul." Christians. Where's your sense of charity and helping thy neighbor? Well, but I also think, like, Peter, if that was the very first apostle, the church was to be founded on Peter, Petros, the rock, the solid foundation. It would make sense to me that Paul would go to Peter for some help. And Peter would be the one able to help. You know, keep yourself well so that you continue helping others, but don't let anyone drag you down into a toilet. That's what I've been taught. Anyways, I hope that helps you. Oh, don't float away. We got a few more minutes. Please, I love entertaining you. Let's just drift endlessly together. It's fun to bob around. Yeah. You got a little bit of time. Yeah. All right. One more. I got a few more for you. This is fun. I hope you're having fun. Let me know in the comments. Why, when someone is snubbed, do we say they're getting the cold shoulder? I have heard this one. All right. So, in Europe, during the Middle Ages, the cold shoulder had two purposes. If guests overstayed their welcome, they were often served cooked but cold beef shoulder at every meal until they tired of the bland diet and left. The other cold shoulder was leftover mutton that was saved to give to the poor to discourage them from begging at the pantry. So if you give someone something they actually like, they're going to keep coming back. So give them something, but make it something gross so they don't want to ask you again. I love it. Very quiet way to say, cut it out, go away, fine, ask someone else. All right. Anyways, get your stuff in order. All right. Floating, 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 woo-hoo. All right. Why do we tell someone to get off his keister when we mean stand up and do something? Get something finished already. Oh my goodness, a keister. Okay. So the word keister is derived from a word named Kiste, the German Yiddish word for strong box or suitcase. Oh, get off your suitcase. Okay, so early Jewish immigrants who arrived with all their belongings in a kiste would often sit on them, while waiting to be processed through customs. We've seen lots of old pictures of this kind of stuff going on. World War II, black and white photos of families waiting to be processed did sit on their luggage. I guess that's a good way, though I sit on mine when I'm traveling alone and I think I'm going to fall asleep, so that it would be less likely someone can steal it from me, because the hope is that they try to pull it out from under me. I'm going to wake up and notice and do something about it. Anyways, let's see what they say here. So, yeah. So, while they're waiting to be processed through customs, and the English-speaking agents didn't realize that it was the suitcase and not their bottoms they were referring to when they told the immigrants to get off their keisters. So, look, get off your bags. Get off your suitcase. Get up. We gotta process you. Get over here. Get through the line. Yeah. So, and other people looking around is like, oh, they want them to get off their butts. They're pointing at their butts. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's so funny. Hey, we're not even on our butts. Buoyancy. I love how water makes you feel light and fluffy and floaty and fun. I love it. I imagine it's kind of like what a bird must feel in the air. Well, I'm imagining it that way because I'll never float in the air. Anyways. Alright, here's another one. Why, when someone takes credit for another person's achievement, do we say they stole his thunder? You stole his thunder! In the early 1700s, English playwright John Dennis introduced a metallic device that imitated the sound of thunder. The production it was created for failed, and the thunder device was forgotten until months later when, while attending another play at the same theater, Dennis heard the unmistakable sound of his invention. He made such a public fuss that all of London picked up on the phrase, "They've stolen my thunder!" He didn't patent it, did he? Someone else made big bucks off your idea? Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. That's happened a lot. Oh, my goodness. Alright, these are fun. These are fun. Silly random facts, eh? Alright, we're gonna have another one. We're not done yet. It's okay. So why, when something is stopped cold, do we say that somebody put the kibosh on it? I've used the word kibosh. I don't even know where it came from, but I just picked up on the use of it and think I'm using it correctly. We can find out. Am I right? Okay. To put the kibosh on something is an Irish expression. I actually thought it was Yiddish. Okay, I'm wrong. To put the kibosh on something is an Irish expression meaning to put an end to it. The word kibosh is Gaelic meaning cap of death. Hey, don't kibosh me. I don't want that on my head. Okay, so it was in fact the black skull cap donned by a judge before he sentenced a prisoner to death. Ooh. In modern usage, it means, as it did to the condemned person, your path of destruction has ended. I end your path of destruction, putting on the black skull cap. It's funny though that I thought it was Yiddish because the skull cap, that does look like a yarmulke. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's interesting. My connection versus what it really is. Okay. Why do we say by hook or by crook when determining to accomplish something by any means necessary, like a good old Slytherin that I am? Okay. By hook or by crook means by fair means or foul. Today a crook is a thief who uses deception, and to hook something means to steal it. Ooh. It was used for shepherding. Okay, so I know like a crook is that hook that little Bo Peep holds, that big staff with a hook on the end, so that if they fall into a hole, you can pick them up. You put it under their little armpits, and you pull them up by the belly with your hook on your crook. Yeah. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so distill. So that particular definition comes from the 13th century, when hooks used for shepherding were also used by peasants to bend branches when stealing firewood or fruit from the royal forest, and since their deceit was called crooked after the shape of their hooks, these thieves became known as crooks. So, Bo Peep, she might have been up to some things we had no idea about. She might have been a crook. She had a crook. I think she used it to save little baby sheep who were stuck in holes that they fell into. But, maybe if they were all hungry. I know sheep do like to collect around underneath apple trees to eat the apples that fall down. No idea if they actually can eat the bark. I've never looked that up, but just a fun fact going through my head right now. Ooh. So, yeah, that's a thing. Whoopsies. Alright. I know you're gonna want to float away. Sounds like it's time for us to be part our separate waves, follow our various different tides, and our tubes against the current and all. Okay. Well, this is Venus Callida. I hope you had fun on our little break, floating down the river like this. Hey, have a great summer out there. Don't forget to hydrate. And I'll see you next time. Bye.